When they see God in you. I'm reading from Genesis 26, and this is verse 26. Then Abimelech. Now, Abimelech was a term that was used of the. It was a title basically given to either the government, the representative of the larger body of government, and it was a title like let's say the senator or the ambassador or whatever came. It says they came. They basically came to Abraham, and they said, I think it was Abraham. Yeah. Anyway, I'm reading here. Okay. Oh, it's to Isaac. So Abimelech came to him and on one of his friends and also one of the commander of the army. So this guy brought the bigwigs with him, and this is what they came who they came to. They came to a guy, a normal guy who was supernatural because he had the supernatural God over his life. His name is Isaac, means son of promise, right? Isaac said to them, because Isaac knows them. See, Isaac grew in a lot of ways that where a lot of other people don't. And I say with myself, you got to sometimes call something out for what it really is. You got to see for what it really is. Say, go, you know what? These people are just not for me. And I'm not going to take this. You call them out. You call it for what it is, and you don't beat around the bush. You don't spend years making excuses, but you come out and you say, hey, look, I've made a decision. You are not for me, and I'm not going to take it lightly. Isaac said to them that this is Abimelech and his other commander of his army, and these people were not from God. Okay. He said to them, why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you? I mean, this is it. This is it. When people behave unbecoming to you, it is not because they kind of casually have a problem with you or they might be questioning you. They hate you. Man, if I would have just embraced this years ago, I would have been well aware of looking for the signs of what hatred towards your life looks like when God is in your life. You're no special than anybody else, but when you come to God, you become special because God will accept your calling on Him to be your God. As long as you make that call, God is now shattering you. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide on the shadow of the Almighty. He will be a refuge and your fortress. Okay? He will fight for you. But Isaac had to look at these people. They were mere men, but they had power in the earthly world. They were empowered. They were empowered by the very one who met Jesus Christ in the wilderness, okay? And the Son of God, when he came to get back, all he was going to get returned to him, he had to do it in the flesh, okay? He couldn't have done it any other way. He had to become a man. In all of his weakness, without any supernatural help or anything, Satan came to him and he said, if you are the Son of God, first he had to challenge his position. And let me say this. People who are not for you, they're going to be very doubtful of who you are. The fact that they will introduce doubt to the government of God over you means that they know. They just got to get you to doubt it with them. And they will do anything and everything they can in their power to cancel you out, to make you do something, to discredit you. They have to do what they have to do because they have to make you feel like them. Getting back to the story, Isaac said to them, why have you come to me? He started to ask them legitimate questions. and you hate me and you've sent me away. There came a point that these people were watching Isaac all along, and he says, we've certainly seen that God is with you. So we said, that's the one thing with cowards. Cowards got to join, create a nice little army. You'll find people in general that gather against you. They actually gather with other people against you. You know, I had a situation where this person I knew, and I probably shouldn't have said some of the things I said, but the person was so rude and ignorant towards me. But that they went away and they got another person, brought them in the midst, and they made sure they would embarrass me and they would say certain things to me, even though it was really uncalled for. And I watch a person that could have come and discussed with me on a private level literally become my enemy to shame me, to make me doubt who I was, and to basically do the old overlord to make me feel absolutely just like a wee bit. All of that for shaming. Those kinds of people will never ever be your friend. They will never ever be for you. Okay. And the thing is that they came to Isaac and they said, "Look, we see that God is with you." They observe, and that's the thing too. People observe you. Don't think you're not being watched when you may be kind of floating along, da 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 da, because you don't take a lot of things too seriously. You take God seriously, but you realize a lot of it is like David said. I don't consider the things too profound for me. I don't bother with it because you know what? I just wean myself like a little child before God. That's all I want. I just want to be concerned with what is really important, not the affairs of men. So they went and said to Isaac, let us now have an oath between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant, and we will do that you will do us no harm, since we have not touched you, and we have done nothing to you but good, and have sent you away in peace. Here's you are now blessed of the Lord. So here's a fact that they did Isaac wrong. They obviously did enough. That's why he said to them, "You hated us," right? He wouldn't have said that unless he had enough reason. They come back after they're trying to make a peace treaty with him because they're cowards and they're also afraid too. They're going, okay, God is really with this guy. We really don't want God getting angry at us. And people have said that on YouTube. When you touch the chosen ones, even in the Bible, it said, touch not my anointed ones. You're no special than anybody else. But when you come under the shadow of the Almighty, you had better mark the fact that you are special, that you are now become special. And it's not pride that's going to be with you. It's going to be a humble sense of value over your life because God is in your life. He's the valuable one. Now they went along and they made all these things and they went on with Isaac and they had a feast and they ate and they drank and they rose early in the morning and they swore an oath. And Isaac being peaceful, it's not when people got there, they're peaceful. Jesus said, make peace along the way. So he made peace with them, right? But you know what? I'm sure Isaac did not just kind of like blasé and said, they are now blessed like me. No, they're not. Not because they made an oath with Isaac. They didn't know where it says that they made an oath with God. They made an oath with Isaac. So just because they may have peace with Isaac does not mean they have peace with God. And usually, I won't say usually, but at times when your enemies catches on that God is with you, when they come along and they do everything, you read the story in Genesis 26, from 26 on to, let's say, verse 30. Just go read that for yourself. You see so many there. You can see what happens with people in general in life. That even though you can have a peace with them, you can make all these nice little talkities and make an oath and a vow and okay, we'll be friends and blah, blah, blah. It does not change the fact until another time. They fear you. They may be actually concerned about you for the sake of their own blessing. It will never a lot of times be about you. So don't flatter yourself. they, as a matter of fact, they're going to do the whole lot of flattery. They're the ones that's going to flatter you. Let's say, for instance, people who have really been mean to you. And you know, people have, and I've experienced this. People have a sixth sense that they know, especially if they're closely correlated with you. When they get upset and they do those things to affect you deeply, is because they formed a soul bond with you. They have a problem with you, okay? Because you're affecting them in a way that the fact they have to look at their lives more deeply, and you're the blessed one, and they don't like the idea that you exist because your existence bother their false peace. And that's what happened in this chapter here. Even though they made an oath and they made an agreement and they had the feast with Isaac and so on and so forth, it was a false peace. Because without God, there will never ever be any real peace. You could shake hands with a thief, and the thief, somebody could say, "Well, you know what? I kind of see that you know, like I'm concerned because I've kind of seen consequences take place in my life since I started behaving a certain way towards you. So I don't want to do that. And then they'll come along, but you know what? Don't ever give people the highest benefit of the doubt. It's best to always keep your eyes open. If people did it once, and this is years later, I've learned it, they will do it again. And the reason is because they make peace treaties with you, not with God. Unless they sit with you and they want to hear more about your God and they want to get to know your God, which you know what, majority of times, people who have given you a lot of problems in your life, it will be a rarity. We're talking rare that they will actually want to get to know the God that give you peace, that's given you peace and has given you the ability to be so special that the devil and his children will be totally jealous of you because you have a whole lot going for you now. Confession is always the key before God, and he will never ever turn away from anybody. But the wicked, for some reason, have a problem with confession before God. They will come and make peace treaties with you, but they will never be at peace with God. It's a rarity. So I just say, have a good day. Do like and subscribe, and just go read this. It really gives you a whole lot of what really goes on in life. And you know, even though that they wanted to make a covenant with Isaac, okay, he says that you will do us no harm. They were saying that Isaac was going to do them harm. Meanwhile, they were the ones who harmed Isaac. You see, and you see that that's another thing about people who are wicked. They are so assumptive that you will be just as retaliatory, just of the same type of person that they are when they know that you can actually give it back to them. And instead, what do? You do what God has always done to you. You basically let it go. You say, okay, I'll make peace with you, and you move on. You know why? Because there's so much more important things to go on in life with. But be very aware of this one thing. You don't want any kind of covenants with your enemies. Period. Thank you. Have a great day.